Andre Mills, a 6'7" small forward just signed and committed to the University of Michigan. The story of the Fab Five made Andre Mills a fan of Michigan. It has been his dream to come here. When he found out Tim Hardaway Jr. and Glenn Robinson III were going there, his mind was made up. On top of that, Trey Burke, a skilled point guard out of Columbus, Ohio, and Mitch McGary, a dominant center from Chesterton, Indiana, signed and were going there as well. Andre wanted to win. With this year's draft class from Michigan, it was an easy choice for Andre. Michigan knows how to get players to the NBA. But that isn't why Andre is going there. And that's not what he's thinking about. He wants to win a national championship. With 4 freshmen coming to Michigan this year, including one whose dad played in the NBA, Glenn Robinson III, and a junior whose dad was also a dominant force in the NBA, Tim Hardaway Jr., Michigan has a new Fab Five. The only difference is we have 4 freshmen and 1 junior instead of 5 freshmen starting, and we're going to win a national championship. Let's get it!
Michigan enters the season unranked.
These guys feel overlooked and opposed and need to prove themselves with a quick start to this season. A few good wins and they could easily find themselves in the top 25.
And of course, here's our starting lineup.
We have 2 excellent players matched at the point guard position. It's going to be interesting to watch how they each try to get their team involved throughout the game.
I think we're ready for the tip.
What's going on, YouTube? Cody with Babe Gaming, bringing you guys my first episode of my brand new series, Road to the NBA Draft. Now, this is episode 1, and this is our first game of the season, hosting the Florida Gators featuring Chris Smoove. So before we get into this gameplay, I'm going to explain this series a little bit. For those of you who did not get a chance to check out my video on Full House ENT where I released the first preview of the series, and for those of you, who maybe didn't even know that I had a video on Full House ENT. So I'm going to explain this series just a little bit before we get in the gameplay and a couple other things. So let's get right into it. This series is going to follow Andre Mills' story, this is his freshman year in college, and he decides to sign with the Michigan Wolverines along with 3 other freshmen, and then also there's Tim Hardaway Jr., who's a junior. So you guys saw in the beginning where he was talking, or where I was talking about Andre Mills and him coming here. So right there you see him, number 23, getting the beastie block. And this is going to be my guy that I implement into NBA 2K14. So this is kind of his college year, his freshman college year, and we're going to see if he goes into the NBA draft after his freshman year. And if he does, that's going to lead right into NBA 2K14. So the thing that's special about this series, it's not just following Andre Mills, but it's also following some of your guys' favorite YouTube commentators. And, I mean, there's so many YouTube commentators and so many sports commentators that I couldn't get everyone. I got just enough people to where I could face them in the regular season before we face our Big Ten commentators, or not commentators, but our Big Ten teams that we originally faced. So that is something that is special, and only a couple of people are doing it. I thought it'd be really cool for you guys to kind of track, for instance, Chris Smoove's points, or Neil Bridges with QJB, Air Jones, some of the other commentators, and for you guys to track their points, their assists, their rebounds per game, all that sort of stuff, which will be shown. So, but also I want to express that the commentators are not playing, guys. You guys might see me, come out here and beast with Andre Mills because I'm controlling him. We are playing on the hardest difficulty, and I did give all of the commentators around a 93, 94 overall, and I gave myself a 90 overall. So they have a little bit better advantage because they're not controlling them. And since they're not controlling them, say I go up against QJB. You guys know QJB is a beast at, his my player and playing on 2K. Air Jones, you guys know he's the king of blacktop. He's the king of crew. He knows how to play against other players. They might kick my ass if we're playing one-on-one, right? But since they aren't controlling their players and I beat them, it's not because I'm better than them. You know, I'm just using them for an example in this series for you guys to, you know, track them and kind of make things a little different. So I just want to kind of express that right away. As you can see, Chris Smoove making the three-pointer. Now, Chris Smoove, if he was controlling, he might have already made 10 three-pointers and already had 10 assists, you know. So they aren't controlling their players, and it'll make it a little bit harder for them to do as well. One last thing before we hop into this gameplay. Sin with Vengeance is doing a similar series where he follows his guy and his college, you know, his college year, except he's following 5 people, and he is calling it the Fab 5. So I'm calling it Road to the NBA Draft, even though it is the new Fab 5. You know, we talked about this, guys. We're not stealing any ideas. So before you guys go and tweet Sin with Vengeance and, you know, start hating and saying Sin with Vengeance, do you see Babe Gaming's video and all that sort of stuff, guys? It's nothing like that. Me and Sin with Vengeance are cool, and we're on the same page. So now that I explained that in the first half, guys, Chris Smoove comes down and he's gonna get the lucky bounce with the three-pointer at the end of the half. Actually, it was only a 2-pointer at the end of the half, ending with 14 points. But we're going to hop into halftime. I'll talk to you guys after the half.
Nothing as these teams remain deadlocked entering the second half.
Michigan shot lights out from the floor in the first half.
I'll tell you, they executed exactly the way the coaching staff envisioned in their game plan. Huge credit goes to the players for making it happen on the floor.
All right, guys, and we're back. So now that we got, you know, some of the information type stuff out of the way, we're going to hop right into this gameplay. Now, this series is going to be crazy. It's going to give you guys a chance to finally see me with some basketball on my channel, because when I started my channel, it was a lot of football. Now it's quite a bit of baseball and some football, and now it's going to be some basketball as well. So it's going to give you guys some more stuff to watch. But let's hop right into this commentary, into this gameplay finally. As you guys can see, Andre Mills is out on the wing, but he's going to dish it out to Glenn Robinson III, who is on the three-pointer. He's going to hit that from deep. So Chris Smoove getting the ball on the inbound. We are double-teaming him, and he gets the ball out, and they're going to get an and one right here. So I made the choice to get over here and, you know, try to double-team Chris Smoove. And he finds the open guy, so they're going to get an and one. They're going to go to the free throw line to try to convert the and one. So Trey Burke coming down, passing it to McGarry, and this is some sloppy basketball. McGarry tries to throw up some kind of shot. Glenn Robinson grabs the offensive board, and Andre Mills is hitting it deep, guys. That was like double, triple NBA range three-pointer. That was way out there. So Andre Mills definitely has some range. As you can see, he's coming back down. Chris Smoove puts on some pretty good defense. Doesn't foul Andre Mills. He just kind of puts his hands up. And you can see Coach Bayline is kind of pissed off because we're not playing our type of basketball. They dish it off to their center, I believe, and drives it all the way up the middle for a nice jam. So Trey Burke coming down. He's going to hit this with Chris Smoove in his face, but he's going to hit that three-pointer at the top of the key. And guys, Florida has a 1-point lead on us right now. And Andre Mills is going to have to do something. He's going to have to try to take over. As you can see, he's coming down and jamming on 2 people. And that guy with the dreads, you guys can see him right there. He's got some dreads and a ponytail. That guy's a beast. Him and the guy with the cornrows are one of the main reasons that Chris Smoove and the Florida Gators stayed in this. It wasn't just all Chris Smoove. Even though if Chris Smoove was actually controlling him, it might be all of Chris Smoove. But he does have some teammates. He's got some teammates that can jam. As you can see, one of their other guys jams right there. But the guy with cornrows, as you can see, that's that guy right there who's working hard down in the paint. And the guy with dreads are 2 of their main players who were putting up quite a bit of points and allowing Chris Smoove to get some nice assists and giving Chris Smoove some help in this game here in Michigan. So the Michigan crowd is going crazy. They're trying to be the 6th person on our team, trying to make things work, trying to make things happen with the opening game. Plenty of games in the season. So this is only game 1, but we still want to start off strong and get the first game with a win. Obviously, the games that really matter, the Big Ten games that will be later on. We play all the commentators first and all their teams first before we move into the Big Ten, and then we end all of our season games with Big Ten players. So as you can see, Tim Hardaway hits the three-pointer. That is his shot. That's pretty much what we use Tim Hardaway for, is the three ball. Now you can see our center makes a terrible pass, and Chris Smoove comes up with a steal late in the game. Only 50 seconds left, and we're tied at 55. So the guy with the cornrows, I forgot his name, but he's backing our guy down, and he's going to pass it over. And they're going to pass it again, and they're going to get down here with the guy with the dreads. He's going to get to the line. So they only get one free throw, and now they're coming back down. And I thought for sure we put good defense and push them out of bounds, but they get the ball back, and now they're going to inbound the ball right here. So they're trying to make something happen, but we have to foul them. Only 6 seconds left in the game, so they make their free throws. Now we're down by 3. Now watch this, guys. Trey Burke dribbling the ball up. He's going to dish over Tim Hardaway. He's got his shot, but he steps forward. He couldn't stop his momentum. He hits the shot, but unfortunately it's only a two-pointer. Only 0.2 seconds left. You can see Chris Smoove walking up the floor with the ball. He knows he's got it. And they beat the new Fab Five. So the new Fab Five trying to learn from their mistakes. We're starting 4 freshmen and 1 junior. Trying to learn from our mistakes. First game playing with each other. We're going to have to learn how to play with each other. And Chris Smoove and the Florida Gators come into Michigan, and they get a win here in the first week. So it was a crazy game, guys, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this series. This series is going to be crazy. Make sure to follow your favorite commentators, and we'll see you guys on the next one. So stay tuned for the play of the game. It's Cody with Babe Gaming, and I'm out of here, guys. Peace. Hey guys, Cody with Babe Gaming, and I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your day to come by and check out my new series and this new video. Also, if you guys missed the last video on my channel, here's a chance for you guys to get caught up. Click on the video in the middle of the screen, and that will take you guys to my latest video. Also, go and follow me on Twitter, and also like my Facebook page, Babe Gaming. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. It's Cody with Babe Gaming. I'm out of here. Peace.